Good evening, everyone. First, I want to thank God and my family. Thank you also to the Greater Pearland Area Texas chapter of the Links Incorporated, Mayor Quentin Wiltz and his wife, Mrs. Wiltz, and everyone who made tonight possible. To the graduates, congratulations. And to the parents and family, thank you for the countless ways you supported these graduates along their journey. My name is Paul Daniel, and about a month ago, as you all heard, I graduated summa cum laude from the University of Houston with a Bachelor of Science in Biology. This week, I started my next chapter as an MD PhD student at Baylor College of Medicine, where I'll be training to become a physician scientist in cancer research and oncology. Tonight, I want to share a little bit about my journey, not because I believe my path is the only path to success, but because I hope it shows you what's possible when you combine ambition with discipline and consistency. I may seem like ancient history to the graduates, but just a few years ago, I was sitting where many of you are today. I had dreams and goals, but also a lot of questions. Would I fit in? Would I be smart enough? Would I be able to balance classes, friendships, and everything else that college comes with? Looking back, I realized that collegiate success isn't determined by one exam, one semester, or even one opportunity. It's determined by the habits that you build and the decisions you make every single day. When I first arrived at the University of Houston, I didn't have some secret formula for success. I had to learn how to study effectively. I had to learn how to manage my time. I had to learn how to ask for help. And I had to learn that every challenge gives you a choice. You can either let it define you or you can let it teach you. Motivation will come and go. Some days you'll wake up excited to chase your goals, and other days you won't. Students who succeed aren't the ones who stay motivated every day. They're the ones who build systems that keep them moving even when motivation is limited. One of my biggest personal tests of that lesson came when I was preparing for the MCAT, which is the medical school admissions test. It was the most important test I'd taken up to that point, and I'll be honest, I didn't start off where I wanted to. My early practice scores just weren't competitive for the schools that I wanted to go to, and I remember wondering if I set my sights too high. Then a week of studying went by, and then a month, and my score just still wasn't where I wanted it to be. But I never allowed a number to become a prediction of my future. I was too obsessed with the vision of the person I wanted to become to fixate on the past. A clear vision gives you a destination, and a strong why gives you the strength to keep moving towards it even when things are difficult. Every day, I had to make choices that aligned with the person I wanted to become. And one of the first things I realized was that I couldn't become that person if I wasn't in control of my attention. One of the biggest distractions I had to learn to manage was my screen time. Instagram Reels and TikTok are hilarious. They're the most entertaining content you can find. They're designed to keep you scrolling. That's not an accident. Your attention is valuable, and there's entire teams of incredibly smart people whose sole job is to compete for it every single day. I realized if I wasn't intentional about where I gave my attention, someone else would decide it for me. And if I wanted to become the person I envisioned, I couldn't let hours of my day disappear. So I built systems that made it easier to succeed and harder to get distracted. I planned my days with a calendar. I kept a running to-do list. And after every practice exam, I evaluated what went well and what needed to improve. I asked professors and mentors for help when I needed it. Every one of those habits was a small investment into the person I wanted to become. Over time, those investments would compound. My study strategy would become more effective, my confidence grew, and even when my score didn't improve, my daily habits gave me evidence that I would. Eventually, I sat for the actual exam, and a month later, I learned that I scored in the top 1%. That score helped open doors to opportunities I had once never dreamed possible. But looking back, the score isn't what I was most proud of. What I'm most proud of is the person I had become to earn it. Someone who chose discipline over convenience, consistency over perfection, and growth over discouragement. Someone who kept showing up even when progress felt slow. So graduates, as you begin your next chapter, remember this: success isn't built in a single moment. It's built in the choices you make every single day. Have a vision for who you want to become. Build habits that reflect that vision. Trust that those small decisions will take you further than you can imagine. Congratulations, class of 2026.